What's going on, guys? Balkan Architect here, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to add on-off parameters in Revit, and also I'm going to be fixing up this parametric family just to show you how to kind of make the families more complex and work better in different circumstances. But this is a tutorial that I'm doing for my patron Larry on Patreon, and if you join my Patreon for $5 a month you can get access to all of my project files, over 160 files so far. Or if you want one-on-one tutoring, or you want help with something like I'm helping Larry over here, you can send me whatever you need to help you with, and for $30 a month you'll get an hour of my time, and then I can either help you like through Skype or something, or if you want to do it like this, I can create a tutorial for that as well. But anyway, let's get started and let's fix this family up. So the problem with this is we've got this window that has this brick header, I guess, and here we've got this sill also out of brick, and the problem is if we select the wall, you can see this brick isn't really cutting into the wall. Same thing over here with the sill. And Larry doesn't want to have this all the time. He wants to have this as an on-off parameter. Now we're going to be setting up both the header and the sill as on-off parameters, and that's how this whole parametric family is going to be working. But now, how do you do that? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to go to the exterior, and we actually need to delete the hole in the wall. So as you can see, if I select the wall, there's a hole over here, and that's actually considered an opening. But the problem is, if we create an opening, any other void that we cut into the wall, Revit won't allow us to do that for some reason. So we need to delete this opening and then create a void that's going to work as that opening. So you just go to the exterior side, you go over here to the edge, you hit the tab a few times until you get this rectangle that's called opening cut, and you just delete it. And now if we go into 3D, this whole wall is just a piece of wall, so it's solid. And now let's cut it out with a void, but actually we're not going to be using a void, we're going to start off with an extrusion, and you just go like this from here all the way here, lock it on all sides, like that, and you just hit finish. And now if we go into 3D, this is what we get. So we've got just a solid piece of geometry. Now the reason why I'm doing this is if I were to create a void, it would actually cut through all of the window geometry. But if I go with just a general extrusion and then select it and turn it into a void, it's just a void, but it isn't really cutting into anything unless we tell it to. So now I'm going to tell it to cut through the wall, and we do that through this cut command. So you just go cut geometry, you select the wall, you select the void, and there you go. Now we can go over here, select that void, and maybe attach it to the faces of the wall, lock it in place, attach it here, lock it in place. Okay, there you go. So we've got that void set up. So we've got our general opening. Now we need to set this opening up over here for the header as well as the cell. To do that, you just need to go over here to create, and then again I'm going to start it off as an extrusion, and then I'm going to flip it into a void. So just go extrusion, let's just cancel out of this, you go set, and for pick a plane, make sure you pick this front face, and when you select that and use a rectangle and just place a rectangle like that and hit finish, it's going to do something like this. Now I'm going to turn this into a void now, so scroll down, find solid void, and flip this to void, hit apply, okay, and now for the extrusion end, I'm just going to flip it at something reverse. So go like this and make sure to go till the end of this brick pattern, so kind of like that. And now let's cut it into the wall. So just go cut, select the wall, select the void, and there you go. Now if we drop back to hidden line and if we select the wall, you can see now there's an opening into the wall. And if we were to create a section, it would appear in section as there's no wall, just this brick material. Now let's do the same thing for the cell. So go create, extrusion, and then you go set, you pick a plane, you go OK, and then I'm just going to pick this plane, and then just go rectangle, whole length, go finish, And now let's flip it to the other side, and let's go with here with wireframe. Yeah, go kind of like that all the way to the end. Yeah, there you go. So you just finish that, and there you go. So that works for this window. And now we just need to select that and turn it into a void. So just go here from solid to void, and then go cut, and you cut the wall with that void. And now if we go back into hidden line, it looks like this. So as you can see, if we select the wall, it's being cut both over here as well as over here. Okay, so once we have done all of that, now we need to turn this into a parameter. So if you select something, you're going to turn on this header as well as this cell. So how do you do that? Well, you need to create some new parameters. So I'm just going to select this header and go here and find visible, and find this little rectangle next to that, click it, and go here to new parameter. And here for the name, I'm just going to name it something like header, and make sure that it's an instance parameter, and just hit OK. OK again, and do the same thing for this cell. So just visible, new cell. Make sure that it is an instance parameter. If it's not an instance parameter, then all windows will change. But when it's an instance parameter, you can change it, well, for each particular instance of this window in your project. And once we have done that, if we go here into family types, you can see we've got these options to turn this off or turn it on, apply. Okay, and one more thing before we finish, this void. Now, if you over here, if you go into family types and you turn this off and hit apply, you can see it kind of goes into grayscale or into kind of halftone, but it doesn't disappear. But if it were to disappear, if I went here and go maybe hide element, you see this hole will be left in the wall, and that's this void. Now, unfortunately, if we go for the void and look here into the properties panel, we don't have any option for the visibility settings. So the only thing we can do is we can go here, and for these two, let's just call them let's just leave them like this, the names, but here we're going to need to create a new parameter for this thing over here, and it cannot be a visibility parameter, so it needs to be an extrusion parameter. So here we've got extrusion end, so just remember that that's 3 5/8 of an inch. So just go over here and create a new parameter. Let's just call this void top, and just make sure that it's an instance parameter, hit OK, OK again, and the same thing for this bottom one. So you just find the void. So where's the void? Okay, let's just reset temporary hide isolate. Okay, this is the void, and here for the extrusion end, as you can see, again, make it a parameter. Let's just call this void a bottom, and just again make it an instance parameter, hit OK, OK again, apply. Okay, so now if we load this into some project, so let's create a new project, file, new, let's just call it, yeah, let's just call it project, and architectural template, and yeah, okay, so let's create a simple wall. So let's just go with something like 300 millimeter, like this. Load the window in, so just go load into project over here, and just let's go into 3D. Yeah, and let's place this window. Okay, here it is. Here's our window. So if we select it, as you can see here, now we have the void, but we don't have those elements. So how do you change that? Well, here for the void extrusion, here you would need to change this to something like, you can't go with 0 because then it will give you an alarm, but you can go something like -1. Now, because this flipped from inches or from imperial into metric, it's different units, but you get a point. It's same for each one. So if you go over here and change this to like -1 and this again to -1 for both of them, the voids will disappear. And if you want to have those, let's just go back and have both voids. And now for this window, we can turn on the option of header, and sill. So you hit apply, and there you go. So now they're turned on. So you kind of have to work around those elements, because you can't make a void turn on and off. So you have to create it as an extrusion, and then when you select the window here, you enter these numbers, and that's how it works then. So unfortunately, as far as I know, there isn't a better way of doing that. And if you have a better way, please tell me in the comment section below. I would love to learn it. But anyway, that's it for this quick little tutorial for my patron on Patreon. So if you want to learn something, or if you have some problem that you can't solve yourself, you can contact me there. For only $30 a month, you're going to get a 1 hour of my time for me to solve any of your Revit problems. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.